everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Fandom Fights. I am your host, Tim Brzakala, and I am joined today by one little boat, Kaleb Boatman. Boatman, welcome back to the Fandom desk. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a while. Debut matches are always exciting because you don't, to quote Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, that's true. We have no idea what we're going to get today. I at least don't know what I'm going to get today. With we've got Robert Castner debuting against Regev Ben-Vais. These two guys are coming in. We don't know what they're going to bring to the table, and it's going to be interesting to see. Boatman, do you know anything about these guys? Anything at all?
I know that Robert is coming in as part of a certain new faction. But that's all I know. That's all I know, and I'll let that faction reveal themselves to the world as opposed to me saying that, because
all right,
spoilers.
Sounds good. Well, let's go find out what these guys have to say. Let's go learn more about these debut guys right now in the promos.
Hello, Multiplex Entertainment. My name is 50 Shades of Geek, and if you haven't heard of me, I can't say I blame you. However, I'm here now. And I'm here to answer some questions. Questions that I totally don't have the answers to written on the inside of the shield right here. Questions that I've memorized inside my brain because I purposely skipped school every day to watch movies at home. How did I graduate? Through the discovery of Narnia. What's Narnia? Narnia business. That's for me to know and you guys to immediately forget as soon as this match is over. Now, Robert, I don't know you, and by now, you probably wish you never met me. And that's good. That's exactly how I want you. Scared. And for his manager, Christina, when this is all over, you're going to be just like any other girl I ever talked to. Sorry you met me. Let's start the match.
Wow.
That was so good.
I mean, it's like he went to school for that. He said he didn't graduate real school, but it looks like he went to school for promos. So good for him.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't go to school for promos, but I still know how to cut one.
That's absolutely.
So, hello, everybody. I know you've missed me. I'm back with my crew here because we have our own faction, Fun DMC. That's right. We are fun people. Back in the day, pre-pandemic, when you were like allowed to go out and grab a drink, we were the people you would go hang out with because we were a good time. But we also handle our business. And I'm here with my boy, Robert, and we're in Fandom. So how are you feeling tonight?
I feel like all effort has been pushed to this moment. So I feel very confident. I don't have a cool layout like Regev, but you can see boxes back there about stuff I'm doing for work. So that's cool.
Yeah, our rooms definitely aren't as cool, but I feel like we as people maybe are cool. So yes. I don't know if that's going to help us out though in this match.
That's what matters.
He seems to know a lot of stuff in his brain, so hopefully you know just as much, if not more, in your brain. But I have confidence in you.
Thank you. My brain will be donated to science at some point, hopefully for good cause.
Oh yeah, that'd be reciprocal. We should totally do that. Yeah, everyone should do that. Donate your brain.
Yes.
All right, let's do this. Bring it on.
Go.
All right, Bowman. We set out onto these promos to find out more about these guys, and I think we've done that today. I think I know exactly who both these people are, and I'm actually super excited now for this match. What'd you think?
This is a lot of personality coming into this match, which is always a good thing because right now we don't know how either of these people are at Fandom or Trivia, so we just know that they have a big personality right now. So sometimes that can go a long way.
Absolutely. I'm excited. Let's get into the match right now with round number 1. Here's how it is going to work. We are going to give each player 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of Fandom fights. Each question is worth 1 point apiece. If you get all 10 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question. Gentlemen, do we understand the rules, and are you ready?
Oakley dokley.
All right. So let's get started. Boatman, why don't you go ahead and give them question number 1?
All right, question 1 comes in the category of horror icons. The original Halloween 2 primarily takes place in what kind of location?
You love horror films, don't you?
Oh yeah, big horror fan. Mike Hanley, not a big horror fan at all. That guy is scared of everything.
That guy likes animated movies.
Yeah. And Albert Brooks films. Albert Brooks is the worst.
Thumbs down. We will start with Robert.
Hospital or hospital for white people.
Regev.
Not a horror guy. I wrote Forest because it's pretty generic.
Hospital is correct. So Robert takes the 1 point lead there as we get into the next question, which is YA dystopia. In Divergent, what game do the new pledges play the last night before the first round of cuts, which Triss's team wins?
Sorry, I didn't hear the ending of that. Can I get a repeat?
Yeah, I'll give you a technical repeat.
Just the ending.
In Divergent, what game do the new pledges play the last night before the first round of cuts, which Triss's team wins? This movie is like 5. Would you agree, Boatman?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly really don't like any of the Divergent movies, if I'm being 100% honest.
The first one's the most watchable. 5, 4.
Yes.
3.
By comparison.
1. Pens down. We'll start with Jeff.
I would imagine it's Tag, something similar to that.
I said capture the flag.
Capture the flag is correct.
Should have gone with that.
All right. The next question. Give it to him, Boatman.
Who plays in the category of Star Trek? Who plays Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness?
You recently watched these films. What'd you think?
Oh yeah, this is in the middle for me. I'm not a big fan of either of the new Trek sequels, if I'm being 100% honest here. I love the first one. My favorite is still always going to be the Undiscovered Country. That's the most Boatman Star Trek.
That one went up a lot on rewatch for me.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Down. I will start with Robert.
Like most J.J. Abrams films, they're not designed to be good, entertaining. Benedict Cumberbatch.
All right, and Regev.
The incredibly long-named Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch is correct. All right. So the next question is in Fandom quotes. Which Marvel villain said the quote, "And from the ashes of their world, we will build a better one"?
I believe it was Ash Ketchum.
Ooh, it could be that. Could be the answer.
Smell you later, Gramps.
Oh boy,
That was
Wow.
scary, though.
That's scary.
That is scary.
5.
I'm going to take a repeat, please.
All right, that's going to be the first repeat for Robert. Which Marvel villain said the quote, "And from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better one"? You literally mentioned Ash Ketchum, and Regev had the hat ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be ready for every situation.
It's impressive. It's like me when someone mentions a Blu-ray that I own. I just turn around and have to grab it immediately. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Regev
Is it Ronan the Accuser?
and Robert.
That's absolutely what I said.
Incorrect. The answer is Apocalypse
Ah,
from the Oscar-winning film X-Men Apocalypse.
I knew it was a dude who yelled it.
I was trying to think of the accent.
Your next question comes in the category of Mission Impossible. What is the name of the villainous organization led by Solomon Lane in Rogue Nation?
This movie slaps.
I can't wait until Anna Paquin shows up in one of these because Rogue Nation.
Oh,
A classic Boatman joke, everybody.
A classic dad joke for you from someone who's not a pa. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Robert, we will start with you.
The Syndicate.
And Regev.
I had the wrong movie in mind. Sorry.
Yes, The Syndicate is correct. All right, I have a score of 4-1. Is that what you have, Boatman?
That is also what I have.
All right. Guys, your next question is in Disney animation. Which Disney animated film features the characters Eugene, Maximus, and Pascal?
Oh, Maximus. That's from Gladiator.
Yeah, that's correct.
Everyone's favorite Disney movie.
Yeah, it's a good one. I was pretty shocked at the violence from such a studio, but
I mean, if you know Disney's past, not that shocking.
that's fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tim comes out.
Pens down. Regev, we'll start with you.
Tangled.
And Robert.
A lot of violence against those who are different. Tangled.
Tangled is correct. So it's 5-2. What's the next question, Boat?
The next question comes in the category of DC. Murray Franklin has what occupation in Joker?
We feel pretty much the same about this movie, right?
Yeah.
We both like it a lot.
Yeah. No, it was great. I think it deserved both of the Oscars it won.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I probably would have, I would have given it to someone else, but I don't think that he was undeserving of the award.
I think you and I are on the same page that Driver probably should have won, but Phoenix is really good.
Agreed. 5, 4, 3.
Sandler should have been nominated.
Yes, absolutely. Robert, we'll start with you.
Talk show host.
And Regev.
I went with comedy show host. Does that count? He does comedy on the show. He opens every entrance with a joke. And he makes fun
that's tough. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I am going to rule that's incorrect because it's not what we have in the doc, and you are welcome to challenge. So as of right now, I can only give Robert that point, and you are welcome to challenge if you'd like to, Regev.
I think I should challenge it because he is a comedian in profession, and he does comedy on the show. The show does have a live audience, which...
So are you challenging?
Yes.
Okay. We'll be right back after that challenge.
Again, you're gone, off on a different path than mine.
All right, we're back from that challenge. Boatman and I have discussed at length. We have decided to give Regev the point because there is comedy, lots of comedy involved in the program. He does do an opening comedy monologue. So we are he's technically not wrong. We are going to give him the point. Robert will also be getting the point, and that makes it 6-3 in favor of Robert as we get into the next question, which is in the category of the Wizarding World. And the question is, what type of creature is Crookshanks in The Prisoner of Azkaban? What is your favorite of the Potter films?
I'm a big Prisoner of Azkaban fan. Like that's the pretentious pick, but
that's fair. I have a weird pick, and everyone always gives me like a.
What is it?
Half-Blood Prince is my favorite.
No, that's fair. You know who else loves that movie? Holtzman.
Oh, that's fair. No
one should give you shit for that, Tim, and whoever does should be put in a box, not like aggressively, but maybe just to be contained for a little bit.
I appreciate the Half-Blood Prince love. Thank you. 5. 4,
it's like Harry Potter, but a teen comedy.
1 pens down. We're starting with Regev on this one.
It's a cat.
And Robert.
I'm learning cat.
Cat is correct. So 7-4. What's the next question?
Sorry.
The next question, the penultimate question, comes in the category of MCU. Which Infinity Stone can be found in Thor: The Dark World?
What do you think about this film?
This is a big hot pile of stinky poopy garbage.
See, I don't hate this movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I'm with.
Good for you.
I'm with Regev. I like this movie. I think it's definitely one of my least favorite, but considering there's not a single one of these I don't really like, I mean, I'm kind of a sucker for them. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Robert.
It's the Reality Stone, the Ether.
And Regev.
Reality can be whatever I want.
All right. So yes, 8-5 as we get into the final question, which is in the category of fandom Oscars. And the question is, what Oscar was Kung Fu Panda 2 nominated for?
Regev is like the carrot top of competitors, just pulling out props.
As long as that is not the Oscar, but I don't think it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it didn't. I was like, as long as that's the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Regev, we'll start with you.
I went with the obvious one. Best animated.
And Robert.
I also went obvious. Best animated feature.
Both are correct. So at the end of round number 1, Robert, only missing 1 question, is in the lead with 9, but Regev is close behind with 6. So it's still anybody's game as we get into round number 2. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to bring up the lovely wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin that lovely wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they got to keep whatever they spin the second time. 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. If you go to multiple choice, it devalues the question to being worth 1. Guys, this is serious, okay? Round 2 is really intense, and stealing is available. So please watch out. I don't want to have to tell you twice. Okay, so let's get into the round. We'll bring in Christina and then give you guys the slices. So the options on the wheel today are MCU, Marvel, Star Wars, DreamWorks Animation, Disney Animation, YA Dystopia, Pixar, and Middle Earth. So Robert, having heard that wheel, would you like to spin first or defer to Regev?
Christina, what's your thought on this? Because it's not a terrible wheel.
You're up 3. So I think that's pretty good after the first round.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally better to have them go first, and then we can kind of see what we're working with. But whatever you're feeling is what we will do.
That's what I usually like to do too, even if it screws me in the end. So I say we defer.
Okay, we will defer then.
All right. So this will be the spin for Regev. The spin is in. And it lands on YA Dystopia. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Spin again.
All right. So this is what you are stuck with this time. And it lands on Middle Earth. Middle Earth.
My precious.
All right. So, Boatman, I will get you those questions in the category of Middle Earth, and then I will have you ask them.
Now that I've actually watched the Hobbit movies again, I'm allowed to read the Middle Earth questions. That makes
They're not as bad as people say they are. Let's just put it out there.
Who's saying that they're bad? Okay.
5 Armies is bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Middle Earth. I just heard Middle Earth, and I was like, you said Hobbit. I understand. Yes. Okay. They aren't as bad as people say they are. Boatman, go ahead and give him the questions in Middle Earth.
In An Unexpected Journey, the film ends on a shot of what character?
Smaug.
Correct for 2 points. In Fellowship of the Ring, who is the first person Frodo talks to when he wakes up in Rivendell?
Gandalf.
That is correct for 2 points. How would Gondor call to Rohan for aid in the Middle-earth series?
How specific are we going with this question?
We can take a broad answer.
They light a chain of flames on the mountains.
That is correct for 2 points. In The Desolation of Smaug, when Bilbo is first discovered by Smaug, Bilbo lies and tells him that he merely came to the Lonely Mountain to do what?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A. See the Lost City. B. Create a map. C. Discover the hidden entrance. D. Gaze upon Smaug.
D. Gaze upon Smaug.
That is correct for 1 point. And your final question in Middle-earth, in The Two Towers, what is the name of the Ent that Merry and Pippin spend the majority of the film with?
Treebeard.
Correct for 2 more points.
All right.
So Regev getting 9 out of a possible 10 in Middle-earth.
Yeah, having a great round 2. Brings himself up to 15. So we'll move back over to Robert.
Rachel Cushing, I hope you're watching this.
I doubt that.
I highly doubt it. Okay, so Robert, this is going to be the spin for you. Your spin is in. It lands on Disney animation.
Kind of want to spin this again.
I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Okay, we'll spin it again.
Okay. So this is what we're stuck with. Lands on the MCU.
That's much better. So yes, please, and thank you.
All right, Robert, you got this. You have 2 repeats left. Take your time. Use multiple choice when you need it.
Gotcha. Thanks, man.
Robert, I will give you your questions in the MCU as soon as I get to them. All right. Are you ready?
Indeed, sir. Please commence.
Your first question. What film marks the screen debut of Phil Coulson?
Iron Man.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. In Captain America, the First Avenger, during his training at Camp Lehigh, what is Steve's reward for retrieving the flag from the flagpole?
Gets a ride back to base while everybody else has to march or run.
That is correct for 2 points.
I'm pretty sure I can challenge this.
If you want to.
The specific reward is he gets a ride back with Agent Carter. That's exactly what the drill sergeant says.
Are you challenging?
Think I should because that's what's said in the movie.
All right, we'll be right back after that challenge.
Now I turn around and find I am lost in the woods.
All right, we're back from the challenge. Boatman and I talked, as well as with a third judge. We all agreed that, yes, Robert's answer was correct. We weren't asking for a specific quote, a specific answer. So his answer of ride back to base is acceptable. So with that, we are going to give him the 2 points, which brings his total up to 13, Boatman.
Yep, I have 13 to 15 right now.
All right, so let's get into the next question for Robert. Your question. In Spider-Man Far From Home, where does the class go instead of the festival while in Prague?
To go to an opera.
That is correct for 2 points. Ties up the game with that one. Your fourth question. In Ant-Man, which Avenger does Scott fight with at the Avengers facility?
Sam Wilson or Falcon.
Correct for 2 points. And your final question in MCU. In Doctor Strange, who plays Dr. Christine Palmer?
Rachel McAdams.
And that is correct for 2 points for the clean sweep. Robert gets his total up to 19. To Regev's 15. It's a 4-point game, but it's still close. Anything can happen as we get into round number 3. Here's how it's going to work. It is the betting round. So we are going to say a category. You guys are then going to have to decide whether you want to bet 0, 1, or 2 points on the question. If you get the question right, you gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you you lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0. Do you guys have any questions about how the betting round works?
No, sir.
One question. How many points can we bet? 2 or 3?
0, 1, or 2.
Okay.
All right. So the first category that you guys will be able to bet points on is going to be scores and soundtracks. So when you've decided what you want to bet, just write it down on your board, and then we'll wait, and I'll ask you guys to reveal that shortly.
I'm usually okay.
Okay.
I'm thinking Myers, but if you think Voorhees, then cool.
I mean, you have a 4-point cushion right now, so I'm okay with Myers right now.
Okay, then that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you both ready?
Yep.
What's the category?
Scores and soundtracks.
Wasn't listening, sorry.
Okay. We'll get bets starting with Robert.
1.
Okay. And Regev?
Also 1.
Okay. Your question in scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for Ang Lee's Hulk?
You can do a lot of things with Hulk, but one thing you can't do is make him angry.
Repeat.
You don't like him when he's angry.
That's going to be the first repeat from Regev. As Boatman kills me. Who composed the score for Ang Lee's Hulk?
I mean, like how most people have a swear jar, I need a dad joke jar.
You do. That sounds about right.
To be honest, Kaleb, you doing a dad joke on this is like a rite of passage to me. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Pens down. We'll start with Robert.
I just watched this last night, weirdly. Danny Elfman.
And Regev.
I went with James Horner.
Danny Elfman is correct. So Robert gets his total up to 20. Regev goes down to 14. It is now a 6-point game as we get into the
Mess me up.
second question of the betting round, which is in what category, Boatman?
Your category is Star Trek.
Christina, I don't mind this either necessarily, but 6-point lead is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Tress.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right. Are we both good, guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Regev, we'll start with you. What are you betting?
I'm going for broke. 2.
Okay, and Robert?
1.
All right, Boatman, what's the question?
Your question in the category of Star Trek. Who, along with Lieutenant Savick, is exploring the Genesis planet at the start of the search for Spock?
I like this movie.
I like it more than I don't.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't love it, but there's more good than there's bad.
Yes. Like it's 3 stars for me.
Same. Absolutely. 5.
Stuff with bones
4,
is a lot of fun.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Regev.
It's been an honor. Kirk's son. I can't remember his name.
And Robert.
I put David, Kirk's son, in parentheses.
I think we can accept that. Yep. 20. Now it's 21 to 12. That's a 9-point game. So we keep going as we get into the third category, which is the category of Pixar.
I thought it was over.
Nope. Not yet.
It's mathematically still possible.
Christina Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good.
All right. Both have our bets.
Yes.
Robert, we'll start with you.
I finally get to do this. 0.
And Regev.
2.
All right. Your question in Pixar. In Incredibles 2, Helen's first encounter with the Screenslaver happens while she is saving people from what type of event? If Regev misses this question, that will be the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Robert, we will start with you for stats.
I didn't remember. I said burning building.
And Regev.
It's been an honor, guys. An art gala.
And your winner, Robert Castner. The answer was a runaway train. A runaway train. Boatman, what do you think of the match?
This was a really good match. I think this is one of those things where you can kind of see some first match jitters trying to get out from both competitors, but both played excellent games. Especially once you got to round 2, neither competitor missed a question. Round 2, very good. It just kind of came down to round 3 betting round. But Robert played an excellent game, getting only missing 2 questions entirely, and one of those he bet 0 on.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead. We'll start with Regev, the unfortunate second place finisher today. Regev, like Boatman said, you went 5 for 5 in Middle Earth, but that betting round, it just didn't really do it for you. How are you feeling about how you played today?
Well, like you said, it's first game jitters. I mean, I think a lot of my downfall was round 1. There was a lot of categories that I wasn't expecting, while categories that I normally would have been much better at, I just had the wrong answers to the questions. And it all comes down to just studying harder and learning to retain knowledge even better.
Absolutely. So now that you've played your first match, is there anybody that you know that's in the league that you want to play, or maybe someone who's not in the league that you want to see debut that you can play next?
This thing is going on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You've seen me? Anyone want to take me on? Bring them on.
Perfect. All right, I like it. All right, well, let's move over to the winner today, Robert, with his manager, Christina. Guys, you have your first win in Fandom. How are you guys feeling about the match?
Robert, take it away.
Good thing studying pays off. They said it like when I was a kid, and then when I became a teenager, and then they continued to say that when I was an adult. And I did it just because they told me to, but I didn't really believe it. But I believe it now, and it works. So I feel great. I'm mad I missed the Apocalypse question. I knew it was a dude who was painted purple-ish and yelled. I just couldn't remember the right one. So a little bummed about that. Other than that, I thought it was pretty good, and I'm glad the round 2 spin worked out.
Yeah, me too.
That's fair.
Yeah, I will say, I normally talk a lot of poop, but I will say to Regev, I think once you start to know the game a little bit more, dude, you know your stuff. So people should be afraid, because once you figure out how the game is played a little bit more with a little bit more experience, watch a couple more videos, I think you'll be good to go. With that said, to everybody else, okay, we have made our presence known. You watch the Manager Bowl. You know what's up. You know what's coming for you. We're in Fandom. We're in Warzone. We're in singles. We're in teams. We are everywhere, and we are coming for you.
Oh, my.
Great night, everyone.
That was intense. Christina, I have one more question for you. Is there any other clients that you have that you want to have debut in singles or Fandom here? What are you looking forward to?
I believe, Robert, you are one half of a Fandom team with Jake Meltzer.
I am indeed. Yes, coming soon.
And I believe Jake and Bill are debuting in Warzone against Mr. Boatman himself, right?
Oh, that's fair.
That is the case. Just we're not talking. Let's talk about Fandom, because I want to make sure that the Warzone might have happened already, and I don't want
that match definitely happened already by this point.
Yeah.
Oh, then never mind.
It's fine.
I don't even know what's happening. So yeah, I mean, I got lots of players. I have 8 people on my faction. I'm working on building them up. Maybe I have more by the time this airs. I might not even be here by the time this airs, because I don't know what is happening with the Schmodown. So Yeah, but don't worry. We have lots of big plans. Big
awesome
plans.
Well, it was a pleasure having you guys here today. So thank you for coming and congrats on the win, Robert. Boatman, final thoughts.
Yeah, this was a solid debut from both competitors. I think Robert shown why he was drafted into a faction before his first match anywhere in Multiplex. So I'll go to him. And I think, again, Regev, I think, can be a good competitor. I think, and he was a good competitor, and I think he can be better and start getting wins. I think, like you said, just kind of that first match, kind of get on his feet first.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see both of them come back, and especially if Robert's going to be on a team as well, that's going to be scary. So very, very much looking forward to both of these guys coming back to Fandom. So guys, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching this match. Like we said, we got a lot more stuff coming up, a lot of matches around the world of Multiplex. So be on the lookout for all of those. But thank you so much. We will see you next time with another great match. But grab a Michelob Ultra, kiss your loved ones. We'll see you next time.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good.